Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Max and Chris. How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Let's get some trading in. Hopefully. What's up? What's up, everybody? All right, today is Wednesday. We do have a little bit of 10 a.m. news, so we'll be careful of that. And we do have a few Fed members speaking. It's low impact news, but you just never know. Never know. Good morning, John. All right, let's hop into the charts here. We got about 4 minutes before the market opens. Still, I don't know about y'all. Have y'all been having good trading days lately? Because, man, the market's been kind of weird. Like, it's been doing what I'm looking at and what I'm anticipating, but it just hasn't really been pretty. And that's what I love, about trading this way, is that it still pretty much does what it should be doing for the most part, but doesn't mean it's always pretty. It doesn't mean it's always tradable. Right here, I mean, see how still what I'm talking about, I keep repeating this over and over. We keep getting into this daily chart here where we're just pretty indecisive at the moment. And yesterday, we ended up having a CPI day, of course. A bit of an indecisive day here. And then today, we've opened, made a little bit of a high, and we're expanding down. We'll see if we expand down, keep expanding down or not. But, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still a bit neutral on the daily chart here. We still have this fair value gap up here that we never touched. We have these highs up here, creating these little swing lows. We still have this big imbalance down lower. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we start, doing here. Hopefully the next few weeks. The 4-hour chart, I really don't have much on the 4-hour chart. I'm looking at this big fair value gap here that we did create an inversion with. And in the next 32 minutes, if price stays down here, we'll have a 4-hour fair value gap right here. So I'm going to monitor that. That'll be at 10 a.m. And the 1-hour chart here, we do have this displacement right here. Okay, so this is some nice displacement, 5 a.m. candle. We did pull back up into it. We have a little fair value gap up here. I'm not too worried about that one because we did trade through it. And actually, I'm going to get rid of it. But this one, we did displace down, pull back up until about the midpoint of it here. So we'll see if we continue down and take out some of these lows over here to the left. We still have this opening range gap over here that we have never, still sitting there from, you see, January 5th. Okay, so always got to keep that in mind. And let's see. I got to get rid of that weekly open there. That's an old weekly open. It's not. Anyways, ignore that. So we'll see if we want to come down and take out some of these lows. But I do have some obvious buy-side liquidity. So I'm thinking might happen is we may take this low out, come down, take that low out. Maybe we reach down here. I'm not sure. We'll see. But let's go down to the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute here, zoom out. Immediately my eye is drawn to this area right there. Doesn't mean we have to, right? But immediately my eye is drawn to that because we made these highs up here. So now I'm looking at this dealing range, this low, these highs, and that's why I'm saying maybe we open and come down here. Depends if price wants to be bullish or bearish overall. And right now I'm neutral, so I don't really know. If we're going to be bearish overall, we might see an open and run through this London range, okay, and take out this buy-side liquidity and then make its way down for the rest of the day. Or if price is going to be bullish today, then we may see it open, take either this low, and then make its way up and take that. So let's see. I'm just going to wait. The market's open now. Wait and see what happens. We do have, like I said, that 10 a.m. news. And see which way the market wants to go. It's going to be a little bit of a waiting game again, of course. So if I go to the 5 minute, though, let's go to the 5 minute, zoom out here. You can see it a little more clear on the 5 minute. Right here, smoothness, all that buy side liquidity up in there. And then price, the market kind of worked its way down, displaced down, and made this low. So it looks like it's trying to make, trying to make it jagged down here. And then let's see if it works its way up. We shall see. What about y'all? Does anybody have a bias, a bullish or bearish bias lately? We do have an opening range gap here, so let's mark that out. We have our close, and we have our open. Opening range gap. Okay, and that's about 739. Not quite about 170 points there. So we'll see if we make our way up or not. Yeah, Will, those higher time frames are just sitting in consolidation. It's just like, all right, let's get out of here. Let's do something. And that's where I got to rely on the lower time frames, and it's just a little bit harder because you don't have a bias. Like, we know the higher time frames, if we were like, oh, we're long, like we're bullish. Like, last year when we just like, I don't remember. We had like 20 days of being bullish. It's like, okay, we know it's going to manipulate to the short side and then go long. And then it's going to go up like every day. And then, but when you're in this consolidation and you're pretty neutral, you don't know, right? Because typically you should see manipulation and then distribution. So when you don't have a bias, you kind of sometimes can't see the manipulation and know which way it's going to go. So just got to be patient and just kind of rely on the lower time frames. Now we do have, I want to be careful going short here because, like I said, it might only want this low. It could go lower. But I'm not going to just jump in and be ready for a short yet because another thing is we have that big opening range gap, and here's the midpoint of it right up here. I'd be very careful going short before we hit the midpoint of that opening range gap. And exactly like what's going on right now, like, of course, with the 15-second confirmation chart, there would be no entry. But if you just take 1 minute entries without any confirmation, you got to be careful. You got to be careful going short just so, right away. Now we are reaching up into this one. So we are inverting, or we are going to invert this one. This will be an inversion. And then if this becomes an inversion, we might just go ahead and just run straight up. And that's, like I said, this might be the low that we need to take out right here before heading up. Maybe. I mean, it's still early, so. But it's just having something to anticipate and see if it plays out. That's all it is. And this big 1 hour fair value gap, that's also a 15-minute one too. So, just got to watch, see how price action is inside here. Inversion. We're about to get, so we have this big BISI that just formed. Might get another one here. Oh, you know what? Of course, my P&L thing here is messed up again. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning a little bit ago. Will is the Fed members speaking. It's low impact. Okay, let's see what we do here. It's low impact, but right now, that doesn't mean anything. Fed members speaking in these times does not mean it's going to be low impact. Come on, Forex Factory. We have another fair value gap right here that price reached up into. Right there. It's like when price, you got to get in the habit too of always looking. Why do the candles? Why do they stop? Couldn't get that out. Why do they stop? So like when I see it reach up and just stop and come back down like this, I'm like, why? Like why? It doesn't happen just for no reason. So if you look left, there's typically something. And like I said, I look left, and of course there's a fair value gap sitting right there. So like maybe this is a significant fair value gap. And we, like I said, we have that this 1 hour fair value gap. Might be creating that 4 hour one. Did we? Yeah, we did not rebalance it, so we might get that 4 hour one. There's also a 5 minute fair value gap right up here. A little bit of an imbalance there, so I'll include that. Now we're back up in this one. Just be careful right now. We may be ready to go short just because the way this is looking here. And run this low before we go up. So might use it, maybe. Yeah, I'm going short here. Put my stop at this little high. And I'm going to target right down here about 645. And let's see if we're ready to go. Once we take this low, if we take this low down here, then I'll move to break even. I got to be careful for a failure swing in case if it doesn't want to go any lower than that. Because we never hit that midpoint of the opening range gap, so just be a little careful. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and move to break even in case we fail here. Because I'm a little early. So I'm going to break even just in case we fail. And if it knocks me out, it knocks me out. And it might. And it knocked me out. But I'm okay with that. So I wanted to take the shot since we came down inverted. And we may go. But I'm not convinced just because we didn't take this low before coming up. So that's a thing that I want to point out. Like, we have this low, right? And we came up and then created this fair value gap. But we didn't take that low before coming back to it. So because of that, it doesn't mean it will, but it could create a failure swing. Okay? And at that point, it's a dangerous place to be in. And like I said, I was kind of looking at this low as maybe that's all it needed, and maybe it'll come down here. Maybe. So I wanted to take a little shot, but I was ready to move to break even quicker just because I don't want to failure swing here and then it make its way up. So it may keep going, it may not, but I wanted to be protected on this one. And only because we didn't take this low before returning there. And it'll probably go, but I'm okay with, I'm 100% okay with missing it because of what I said without it taking that low there. Hey, morning, cream cheese. Yeah, see, it made its way to my target, but it is what it is. And y'all know, this year has started off a little rough for me, so I'm looking to protect if I need to. If not, then if it was a lot more clear, I'm okay with sitting in it. But like I said, I wanted to protect on that one because it very well, it's early. It's a bit earlier. There's a lot of factors why I wanted to protect early on that because it is early. I have more of a target to this long side. And basically, I was just trying to catch this move that happened right here. And it happened, and it took me out. But remember, I always ask myself that question. If I take this trade and it loses, how will I feel? Right? So, if I didn't protect myself and that trade lost, it wouldn't have been my best trade, my best setup. So that's why I wanted to protect myself quick. Live to fight another day. And I don't care that it went to my target. It's fine. You took that same one, Chris? Yeah, I really wish it had taken that low. See, now, if I really believed we're just going to keep going lower, now that it took this low and created this fair value gap here, if I had a really strong target lower, then I would look for it to pull back into here. Then I'd feel more comfortable sitting in it and letting it go to my target. But right now, I don't have a very strong target below. Let me see. Let me take a look and make sure because I'm neutral, right? We could just keep going down. I don't know that we have to go up to those areas that buy side liquidity. Here, let me do this on the. I was looking on my other screen, but let me do it here so we can look together. Okay, so we took this low. This is the low I was talking about. Now we do have this one over here to the left. Because if it leaves relative equal lows, that'll be interesting. And then we have all this like little trend line liquidity here. So do you have some more? I had this sell side liquidity. Oh, this is that old sell side liquidity I had marked that we never came down and hit. That smoothness from January 5th. Like I said, we still have a lot of stuff down there. But we'll see. I need to be convinced, though, that it's going to actually keep going. And how I get convinced is right here. We get this 15-minute fair value gap. Because right now, what can happen like with a sweep and manipulation is you'll have it run through liquidity levels, right? And it'll look like it's going to gap, but then like right now we have 13 and a half minutes. It'll immediately rebalance this and work its way up. That's how you know, excuse me, that it's not going to keep, it's not going to go down, right? So I want to see, not I want to, but if I see this an immediate rebalance, then I'll be looking for a long. So what that means is also we have 13 minutes to see what this does. Now, if price hangs around down here, maybe pulls up a little bit, and then at 10 a.m., we have a fair value gap here, then I'll want to see it go short from there and continue down. But, so now it's going to kind of be a little bit of a wait. That's mainly because, like, I have a stronger... Like, I have reasons for it to go down, but in the immediate morning session here, I have a stronger reason for it to go up. But you can see, like, right here, too. We had this little bit of 1 minute smoothness going on here. Ran down, but then, whoop, ran that liquidity before dropping. So, I'm not convinced 100% either way. Nice, Will. Yeah, I wanted to stay in that, but I just wasn't convinced yet. Like, I don't have... If I had a strong target, then obviously I would have stayed in it. Just don't have a strong target. It's about to be 9:50 in 1 minute. So the first sign, as y'all know, that I like to look at of a reversal is if we get an inversion. So this was a nice displacement run here, and we'll see if we get an inversion or not. Volume imbalance right there. Doesn't really mean anything right now, but hey, Peter, good morning. Yeah, there's lots of sell side liquidity lower here. But like you got sell side liquidity under all these lows. You got this low, got this low, If you're looking at the 1 hour, I mean, there is reason to come down. I just, with being neutral, like I have reasons both ways. Uh, and the way the market's been lately too, it hasn't like necessarily expanded a lot every day. And also, again, like I mentioned earlier, we had that big opening range gap, and we didn't make it to the midpoint of it before just dropping. So that's always, I'm always a little cautious of that, especially when you have like this movement where we came down, immediately created an inversion, immediately created another inversion. It's like, all right, what kind of day is this going to be? Is this going to be one of those days? Yep, we got the news in 10 minutes, or at 10. They have it marked now as low impact on Forex Factory. But we'll still be prepared for that. Again, I'm kind of waiting on this 15-minute fair value gap. Looks like we're going to get it. Prices does not look like it's going to rebalance. Now we just made a lower low. The next swing level on the 1 hour chart is going to be 569. Right there. Let's check the 4 hour. Yeah, they announced that over the weekend, I believe. I heard about it, I think Saturday, about Powell. Yeah, it was Saturday. And then he came out with a response to that over the weekend. I think he responded Sunday night. I added 2 new accounts, PA accounts, and I forgot to add the commissions in NinjaTrader. There we go. Got those commissions added on there. Oh, you probably will, Chris. As long as I've known you, I've never known you to not have issues, tech issues. But I hope you don't. All right, we're going to get that 15-minute fair value gap. So, let's see if we pull back to it or if we keep just expanding further. And that is the 930 opening bar. I'm sure Price is not waiting on this news at 10. Hopefully it's not going to get ugly with these Fed speakers lined up, ready to talk. Sorry, Chris. Don't mean to jinx it. Yeah, had I not got knocked out of this trade, that would have been a nice one. That would have been a really nice one and done. 705.25 was my entry. And I was targeting right down here. So about, that would have been almost 60 points. Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, at this point, we're probably going to take out this low. 569. Maybe we're going to try to fill this opening range gap finally. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not. So, like, now that we got that 15-minute gap, I'm not anticipating a run up anymore. But, well, look at that. It's just going to go 10 a.m. news. But I was going to say, maybe we are just going to keep heading down here, take out that sell side, close that opening range gap. We'll see. We took that low now. Thanks, cream cheese. I mean, yeah, can't rely on hope, that's for sure. I know every time I hope something works out, it never does. Like, come on, please. It's like, nope. But see, I love it and I hate it that I've never been rewarded for luck. Like I never get lucky ever. And I love that because you know, no fool's gold. But I hate it because it's like I'm sometimes too hard headed and I keep trying it over and over certain things. I mean, I haven't done that in a long time, but when I was learning, that happened all the time. At some point, well, let's see here. We now got to see, we have 13 minutes. I want to see if we're going to rebalance this one and pull back up here, or if we're going to hang around down here, create another 15-minute fair value gap, and just keep going down. Because y'all know there's some days that it just goes and goes and goes, right? So, like, now we've taken this sell side liquidity. I am hesitant. I mean, we still have more reason to go down, but, man, it's just sometimes hard for me to take continuation when, yes, there's reason to go down, but it's taken out a lot of liquidity in areas already. But, hey, that's why I can use the 15-second confirmation and basically manage risk and see if it goes. Decide whether to take the shot or not. And, it's all we can do. I might get ready to short this, maybe. Let's see it pull up into it. Because I have this opening range gap that it still needs to be closed. I was talking about this morning. I have this sell side liquidity down here. We shall see. All right, let's see if we get something here. I'm going short on this. Oh, I jumped the gun a little bit. $548. I'm a target right above 500. I jumped the gun a little bit on that one. Yeah. I didn't let it make another low. It may dig up higher, but we'll see. Yep. Thought that would happen. 21 points, basically. Should have waited. Jumped the gun. I hate that. When you know you get in, you're like, dang. See, this is what I was looking at. I was looking at this, and you see how we closed underneath it, but then we didn't make a low underneath that candle, and that would have been the entry. So I saw it push a little bit, and I thought it did, but oh well. All good. Man, I can't get out of this losing streak, y'all. Can't get out of it. That's what I mean. Like, I don't like... Oh, I'm still in the 15-second. It's very hesitating. Like, I hate taking these, and I probably shouldn't have, but I hate taking them after they've pushed like this when, yes, I have reasons that it could still go down, but now we have that 15-minute fair value gap, and typically I like to wait to see if we pull back to it or wait until it creates a new one and pull back into it and then continue down, but I don't know. Decided to give it a shot, and I jumped the gun. We have another one here. Well, it's basically together, but then we have this Sibby here, but man, at what point? I don't think it's going to rebalance that this new 15-minute one. You just need to pull up a little higher. All right. I might be giving this I'm giving this one a go again. $54. And let's see. Hopefully it doesn't want to go pull up more. Hopefully it's ready now. Because I really think it's too close to this opening range gap, but it might not work out. We'll see. Nope. Man. Let's see. What's it going to do? Because like I said, we still have this higher one. We still have the 15. I don't think it's going to want to rebalance that 15-minute fair value gap, but it could. It could. Yeah. Might have lost all of this downward momentum now. Yeah. It took this swing low here, and it might pull back, be ready to pull back to that 15-minute fair value gap before doing anything else. So that first trade was the trade. Like I said, wasn't 100% confident. Would be nice if this stayed in this lower half of this fair value gap here and kind of accumulated below it and then displaced again, but I'm just not confident in it. I'm really not. Yep, there we go. All right, well, the losing streak continues. The losing streak continues. Yeah, man, just can't catch it. Can't catch it. Now it's going to go. Oh, well. I got to stop now. So I have more accounts. That's why my P&L is Oh, that's weird. Oh, well, I guess luckily my 2 new accounts were set to 1 micro. So, hey, I'll take that. That was a little bitty loss on those 2 accounts. But all the other ones, so now I have 17 accounts. That's why my P&L is way larger than it has been lately. It's not because I increase contracts or anything like that. It's because I have a lot more accounts now. So, yeah. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. Just have to pull out of this little losing streak I have going on. Actually, I haven't had a winning day all year, so that kind of sucks. I went from November and December having a 91% win rate to now a 0. But man, and there's been opportunities. I've been in some good trades. It's just, I don't know. I need to go to the drawing board. I need to see what's going on here. And the market's been very neutral for me on the overall bias. So whenever I have that, and I have some reasons to go one way, I have a lot of reasons to go the other way, I just kind of gets tough. And that if anybody says it never gets tough, or the markets never get tough, because you can go, yeah, look at this. You can go on social media right now, and if you've had a crap week or 2 weeks and price action just hasn't worked for you, and you go on there and you say something, there's going to be some people that's like, oh, it's been the most best market ever. It's everybody looks from a different lens, right? So it doesn't matter. If anybody says it's always great, that's a lie. Losing streaks happen. It's can you come out of it? Can you survive? And then whenever you come out of it, that's when you thrive, right? So like, as long as you're trading well enough or small enough during those losing streaks, you don't have to worry about sizing down when you get out of it. Because if you do, and that's what happened to me during the summer last year. Y'all know I said that. See, now it's probably going to go up to that buy side. But anyways, whenever I was trading, then I was like, oh, I'm going to size down until I get out of this little losing streak. Well, when I got out of it, I hit like a beautiful win streak of multiple weeks, like 3, 4, 5 weeks. But because I sized down, all I did was make up what I lost, which that's fine, but it's going to take a lot longer. So anyways, oh well, it's all good. All right, y'all, I'm going to call it a day because I hit my loss limit, and I don't want to hang around and look at the charts anymore. So later I will do my chart review and come up with what I need to do. And I'm going to make a chart review video on it, and basically like everything I'm talking about. So thanks, Mooncake. But it's all good. I mean, it happens. So all right, y'all, I'm going to call it a day and get back to the drawing board. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, I'm trading the rest of the week. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, and hope everybody else has a great day. So as always, trade well. Take care, everybody.